morning, guys. It's Jeff with HKS. We're just going to show you a new tool that we've been using recently. We bought this probably about 6 months ago. Haven't had a chance to use it. It is the Major Manufacturing is the company. The model is HIT60, HIT60. It is used for installing raceways indoors. So if you're questioning what a raceway is, it's basically a hole drilled from one side of the door to the other side of the door. And why would you want to do that? Well, you do that to install electronics. Typically you're going to have electronic either lock or some kind of a device that you need to have electronic wiring ran to. So what you do, on our case, we use the electronic lock sets, and you would drill a hole where the latch is all the way through the thin side of the door from one side to the other. Sometimes you could drill it and use what's called a wired hinge, which allows you to run power through a hinge, or you could do just simpler as a door cord, which is basically a cord that's covered for using power into the actual device. It's usually a little simpler. We like the door cords just because hinges, I find, constantly fail. I've used those for a long time and I've always had issues with them. They look cleaner, but they also have more issues. So this system is used on a 1 3/4 inch door, and it's pretty simple. You would basically find your take your lock set out, and you're going to have two holes. This one is for the actual bit, and this one is for finding the location of the hole. So what you would do is you would take your bit, and it comes with this rod, and it comes with a, I think it's a 5-foot long drill bit, pretty long though, and you would put this in the hole, and you would line that up with your counter bore axis of your 2 1/8 inch hole right through the middle of it, or wherever you need to drill. Sometimes it's for other stuff, sometimes it's for door contacts or whatever, but that would go through there, and that's going to be the center of your hole. And then you're going to know from there it's just going to go straight down to the other side. So you could take your drill bit then, once that's put in line, you would just tighten these up to the door. It's a very simple clamp, so all it does is clamp down onto the door really tight, and then you would just take your drill bit, and you could put your drill bit in there, and you could run the 5-foot long drill bit all the way to the end, and just look and mark right in the center of the hole where the hole's going to be. And you put a little dot there, and then you just come back, insert your long, once it's all clamped down nice and straight, you're going to put your drill bit in there and just drill 2-3 inches at a time, pull it out, clean the axis out, keep doing it over and over again until you get to the end of the door. And then you're going to need to put a hole from the side of the door then and fish out the wire with the little fish hook. This one's sort of unique that there's not a lot of moving parts, and everything is well machined aluminum, and I think these are steel, but I'm not 100% sure. It could be aluminum as well, but very well made. Drive in knurled brass, nice fittings, super stable on the door. I've had 3 different brands of door borers. The Marcar is pretty good. I'm sorry, the Murray is pretty good. I've had that. I've had Doracor, pretty good. But this one by far is smaller, it's simpler, and it's much better built. So I'm really impressed with this one. I sold the other 2 just because this is the one. After I tried it, I was like, this is the one you're going to want. Another unique thing is that this allows you to take these set screws, you could loosen them, and you could pivot this up, down, left, right, depending on your location. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm trying to film and I can't do it one-handed, but you would just loosen these. The whole thing pivots up or down depending on what you need, and then you can shim these if you need to go from one side of the door more to the other. These are used mostly on metal skin doors. You could do wood doors. Occasionally you could run into an issue though. If the wood is not perfectly square, you'll see you're going to have a blowout where it's going to basically keep going, and your drill bit may wander off to the side instead of going truly like this. It may it may actually go to the other side, and then eventually it's going to go out to the side. And that's why wood, they're really not the greatest for, but metal skinned, do them all day long, and easy money for these. Typically we'll charge quite a bit to install something like that, because it is a sort of a specialized tool. Tool alone is probably about $500. Drill bits are like $160. So they are carbide tipped drill bits. I don't have one here to show because it's in the case right now, but very good system. As always, I'm always looking to make sure that I'm covered with bases, so I'm always doing at least 2 drill bits. So I have 2 of the 5-foot drill bits just in case something happens with one, or lose it, or gets misplaced, or breaks. You never know. It's a pretty hardcore drill bit, but hey, anything can happen. So anyways, this is the Major Manufacturing Hit 60. It's made for electrified latches and electrified lock sets, and different applications. If you needed service for that, please give us a call. We could give you a quote right over the phone. HKS Systems Lock and Safe, 847-204-7046. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Jeff with HKS Systems Lock and Safe. Just showing you what we're up to today. We're putting an access system in this door. We're doing a bunch of doors, but this is the new tool we've been using with great success. It is the Major door drilling jig. So it's used to put a hole straight through the middle of the door to the end, to take a door cord or a powered hinge, depending on what your availability is. It's really nice. It allows the user to bevel up and down as well as go straight in. Alright guys, back again. So here's how I set up this jig. Basically, you mount it on the door. I always put the guide side on the side that's going to be secured, where you're going to put the door cord. Makes sense just because you could mark the center line then. So if you look, there's 2 holes. One for the actual drill bit, and one you could put for a guide, marking the hole at the end of the door. So pretty simple and easy. You just put the guide in, loosely mounted on the door. You can see 2 3/4 back set, and then you can see it's right in line with that. So easy enough. Tighten everything up. Put a little oil on the drill bit, which is a 6-foot long drill bit, so it's pretty long. And then just go nice and slow. No problems, especially when it's a metal door. Wood door, sometimes you get one that's bowed, so that's going to be a bad day. I would not suggest using it on wood doors unless they're perfectly squared, because you'll have a blowout and it's not fun. So anyways, if you need service for this, please give us a call. It's for door boring, for access systems, electrified lock sets, stuff like that. Thanks. HKS Systems Lock and Safe, 847-204-7046.